Hello, beautiful souls. Today's Pick a Card reading uses the Tarot, Oracle, and Crop Circle cards to bring in galactic messages for Starseeds and Lightworkers. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. These Crop Circle cards are done by Freddie Silva, and they have an energy all their own. They're literally made from the crop circles. If you want more information on them, there is a link in the description below. I don't get anything for recommending them. I just personally really love them. Timestamps for each pile are also in the description, as well as the decks I'm using. Always go with your first instinct when choosing a pile and try not to overthink it. Whatever you end up doing will be right for you. Trust that whatever message you get is the one you need. I will start with pile number 1. And if you need more time to choose a pile, please pause the video until you're ready. Here we go. Okay, pile number 1, you chose this symbol. We're going to move this up here. This is from a corn circle. Let's see what we have. We have all right. We have the star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. The star ancestors are about you're being called to listen to the ancient knowledge of your soul. It's already there in your DNA. You just need to bring that knowledge out and shine your light. The ancestors are calling to you. Then we have surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And this is kind of an all work, no play kind of thing. It's Venus energy, so it's kind of like the Roman goddess of Venus, love and beauty. Take time to smell the roses, live in the moment. Realize that time is our most valuable and precious resource. Reconnect to your higher self, reconnect to your family, your kids. Just taking time to play and enjoy life. Then we have the breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. And the breath of the cosmos is about you're kind of forcing things rather than just going with the flow. You're being asked to trust and surrender to the universe, just go with it. And you see here, she's just kind of floating along, and it's really realizing that there is a greater plan. There is a design to why you're here. It's to stop relying on your ego. It's not following that ego set self. It's relying on your intuition and your higher self. And all of this is very Venusian, Venus, Pleiadian kind of energy. It's all really to do with the divine feminine, creativity, values, relationships, love, balance, harmony, all that Libra type. Libra is ruled by Venus, all that Libra type of energy. It's the oneness, the highest truth, connecting with your intuition. Again, you're here really to raise the consciousness of the planet, to bring the earth up in frequency, to help others to rely on their intuition, and doing that by leading by example and following your own intuition. Not getting caught up in the day-to-day micromanaging, trying to take care of every single detail. It's about relying on yourself, your DNA, your codes, your downloads that you're already getting, and connecting with that Pleiadian and Venus energy. They're both very similar, so it's very much about enjoying life. It's about following your bliss. Um, you already have all this creative energy and this way of bringing things through in this loving way. You're all about, look at all the pretty pastel colors and everything. The star ancestors, it looks like Egypt and the pyramids, and very much I think the Egyptians were quite in touch with our galactic family. Um, it's really just beautiful. It's really about having fun, taking that time out to have fun, to do the things that light you up, to make you happy. And then through that, and by just relaxing and just breathing, take a breath, relax. Things will come down through. You'll get those messages. You may be kind of a channeler yourself. You may channel this energy from your ancestors, and you may even have a memory of your ancestors and where you came from, your home planet, whatever. And sometimes you get caught up in the earthly material realm instead of remembering all of this. And it's that trying to find that balance between work and play, between being goofy and being serious. And it's all about just going with the flow. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down, and you just go with that flow. As you do, everything will fall into place. We're gonna get a couple of empowerment cards here. Let's see what else is coming out. Okay, we've got 3 here. We'll go with them. We've got dignity, action, and pilgrimage. Okay, dignity says take pride in yourself and all that you have become. Feel honored by your choices, achievements, and actions. It's about appreciating how far you've come. It's about appreciating yourself and being proud of yourself and expressing that. Taking those little moments to celebrate your victories, all those little victories in life. Then we've got action. Action says stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. So it's about going with the flow, but also it's that action of following your joy, following that intuition, where your intuition leads you, and listening to that and valuing that. Pilgrimage says you are on a journey to your own greatness. Your soul is longing to find the way. Only you can choose your path. Your path is unique to you. And by following that sweetness in life and surrendering to that and just going with that flow, you have your own journey, and nobody else has that same journey as you do. You really should be proud of everything that you have accomplished. I think that you have a very strong connection to the galactic ancestors, to your ancestors, to your home planet. And we're all kind of pieces of multiple planets. We're not always just one planet. A lot of times you incarnate more on other planets as well as Earth. And I think the Venusians, maybe even the Pleiadians, they're kind of the younger souls. They haven't been around a million times, but they're here to raise our consciousness, to raise our vibrations, to bring in that loving energy. and to show everyone how to love and how to remember where we came from and go with that flow and follow our intuition. It's showing others how to do that. Nothing can hold you back when you do this. When you follow your heart, nothing can hold you back. We're going to do, these are cosmic tarot cards, celestial tarot cards. I don't use these very often. They're kind of sticking a little bit. Let's see what we get from the tarot. Let's go with that one. We've got the Devil, the Dignity, got the Two of Cups, and let's go with one more. Got the Fool. So you got two major arcana cards here with the Devil and the Fool. And the devil isn't evil in the tarot. It's not about evil. It's about the things that we tend to hang on to. Addictions and just the things that we know aren't really good for us, but yet we hang on to that. Toxic relationships. It's the things that enslave you is what the devil is. And since this is over dignity, it's, maybe you have a little bit too much pride. Maybe you need to humble yourself just a little bit to come back to earth. And then with the Two of Cups is all about relationships and connecting, and the cups are always emotions. And again, the two is the connection. It's the pair. It's like Gemini in a way, but it's more two people, two entities, two things connecting. And with the cups, it's an emotional connection. And I think with the whole action, it's saying that your relationships can help you. Your relationships with other people, connecting to someone on a deep, heartfelt level can really help you. But you also have to be careful not to have a toxic, codependent kind of relationship. It's more about seeing in yourself what you want the world to be, and bringing that into this world, bringing that down to earth. And then we've got the Fool with the Pilgrimage. And the Fool, the tarot is all about the Fool's journey. Okay, and you have Pilgrimage, which is literally you're on a journey. The Fool is the first step in that journey. The Fool is the one that just blindly walks off the cliff and just jumps, takes a leap of faith. And so for you to take a leap of faith will start you on this path. Trust those things that you're getting from your ancestors and know that that's coming in to you for a reason. Trust that and follow it. Surrender to that. Don't let your ego side, the devil can also be your ego. And with this breath of the cosmos, it's kind of all about your ego and not relying so much on your ego and letting that get in the way. Your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. Don't let those get in the way of bringing your beautiful message down to earth and taking that leap of faith and connecting with others. Because through all of that is how you are going to help bring about your mission and bring about raising the consciousness of the whole planet. All in all, it's just a beautiful reading. And I think you're very gifted. I think that you probably do some channeling of some kind. Sometimes even our creative endeavors are channeling. If you get into that zone, whether you're exercising, whether you're drawing, painting, writing, whatever you're doing, if you get into that zone and you just lose track of time, that is a form of channeling. I mean, channeling doesn't have to be speaking directly. like some people do. But it can be, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be automatic writing, maybe try that. But in some form or another, you are getting messages down from your ancestors, from your galactic ancestors. And I feel like you have a very Venusian energy about you, very probably Pleiadian energy to you. Could be one, could be both, but that is definitely the feel with this. And you're really just that creative force, that divine feminine energies, nurturing, loving, balance. You're trying to bring that balance down to earth, that harmony. I think that's about it for this group, for my pile one. I have really enjoyed this reading. It's a little bit different for me. I would love to hear if this resonated with you, and if you have any specific ideas or topics that you want for a future pick a card reading, then just leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to read it. And if you want to be notified when new videos come out, subscribe and hit the little bell icon. And thank you so much for watching. Hugs and blessings to you. Okay, for those of you who chose pile number 2 and this symbol here, this is your reading. Put that right there. Let's see. We've got, you're not for everyone. I'm sorry. And your life is a canvas. Let's see. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. I'm sorry. Defenselessness. Writing past wrongs and uprooting. That is a very cool picture with the roots. And then we've got your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. You're not for everyone speaks of, like, you're a unique puzzle piece in the universe. We're all pieces of this grand puzzle that makes up our universe. And you are so unique. Nobody else is like you. Your patterns, your energy, it is all unique to you. And it's beautiful. But if you don't stay authentic to that, then the puzzle piece can't change shape, because then it won't fit. And in order to complete everything, you need to be who you are. It's important. Don't dim your light to make others happy. You can use your gifts. Your gifts are precious. You keep and love those who you resonate with and let the other ones go. You'll recognize the people that you resonate with instantly. It'll be that instant connection, which is beautiful. And as long as you're always authentic to yourself, as long as you're yourself, then those people who resonate with you will automatically be drawn to you. It's so beautiful. It's such an important thing to be true to yourself. Even if nobody else gets you right now, there is somebody out there that totally gets you and would totally appreciate it. And you can set such an example by your actions and by your behaviors and your thoughts, your way of dress, everything that you do is a piece of that puzzle. And you are just here to help others learn how to help complete that puzzle, how to be themselves. And then I've got, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry is, it's that kind of polarity. And looking at the world in like a black and white, don't do that. You got to see the gray. You got to see the unity in everyone and everything. See what you've been projecting out into the world and unwind that a little bit, unravel it. you have to figure out what you're seeing in other people that is actually what is inside of you. We project out what we are. Everything that we see is because of who we are. So you're not defenseless. You're not. You just need to look at your roots, look at who you are, and be true to who you are. Be true to yourself. Devote yourself to the causes that you believe in. This can be a call to action. Acknowledge the shadow and then integrate it into yourself so you can fully shine your light out, so that you can have those roots. Your roots come from being your authentic self. So if you need to say you're sorry to someone, then you should definitely do that. You need to look at your part in everything. See what part you played and figure that out and stick up for yourself. Don't let others run you over or put you down for not being like everybody else, because that's what makes you beautiful, is not being like everyone else. I mean, the world would be a really boring place. We'd all be drones or something if we just all were the same. And that to me sounds horrendous. It sounds terrible. I love the uniqueness that everybody brings to the table. It's what makes the world a beautiful place. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. This is about, you are the artist. You're the creator of your life. You decide what you want your life to look like, and you manifest that down into the reality. You have that power. You create your own destiny with your thoughts and your actions. And again, it's kind of a call to action. It's share your individual brilliant light. Share your authentic self. It's that use your creativity and bring everything together. Use your creativity to solve whatever this problem is here. It's also kind of that energy of what you're supposed to do versus what you want to do. And it's kind of that feeling of that being tugged back and forth. And I feel like this is very Andromedan. Andromeda, you're very empathetic, but you've been through some stuff, and through that trauma, even though you're so empathic and so sensitive, you have your walls up because of that trauma. You're so creative, but you're also logical, and you have strong telepathic abilities. I think you have a very definite connection to the galaxy and the universe and all the other planets. You have that ability. You have a great sense of humor. You're innocent and childlike, playful, kind of, not childish, but childlike. You have that wonder for the world, that curiosity and creativity, and you want to know how things work and piece it together. You can be a little introverted, but that's where, when you're true to yourself and you find your tribe, you find those people that you connect with, they love you just for who you are. And that's how that helps you to bring out all these different sides to yourself. You're so creative. You've definitely got that. But you can't shut people out either when you're hurt. And that defensiveness, you can't put the walls up. That's definitely not going to help you in this world. In order to see and have that love that you want, you have to be vulnerable, and you have to take that risk. And it's very hard to do. But being vulnerable isn't a weakness, it's actually a strength to show someone that side of you. We're going to go, oh, that's funny. Okay, we had pilgrimage before. We've got humor, see? Just like I said. We're going to do one more. Creation. Oh, that's great. Okay, so pilgrimage says you're on a journey to your own greatness. Your soul is longing to find the way. Only you can choose your path. And this is under the you're not for everyone. Not everybody is going to fall in love with you. Not everybody is going to like you or agree with you. That's life. But the ones that do, those are the ones that you want to keep and stay loyal to and love. And, you have to find your own path in life. You have to go it yourself and figure that out first. And then you can go about creating it. And with humor, it says, laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, let nothing steal your happiness. And again, it's kind of that childlike wonder, that innocence, that curiosity and playfulness. And it's just beautiful energy. And it's that energy that you have inside of you. Your goofy side is what draws people to you. They love your goofiness, your silliness. And it's fun. Why not have fun? You have to enjoy life. And then we've got creation. Remember, your thoughts shape your future. Your words create today. Your choices become your reality, which is basically what I was saying with your life as a canvas, with that artist and manifestation and creative accountability. It's using your creativity to create the reality that you want. You can create your own destiny. Use your creation, use that creativity to alleviate your problems. Use the creative humor, use your humor creatively to bring some joy and happiness into the world. The world can definitely need that. The earth needs that now. Let's see. We're going to do some tarot cards too. These are the Celestial Tarot. We've got the Hierophant. We've got the Nine of Wands. Let's shuffle some more here. All right, take that one. And we've got the Five of Swords. Okay, so it seems like, okay, the Hierophant is again that what you're supposed to do versus what you want to do. The Hierophant is also called the Pope in some decks. It's a major arcana card. So this is a major theme for you, is trying to do what everyone expects you to do, what you think everyone expects you to do. And it's doing what you should do instead of what you really want to do and what's really true to your heart. And you can't do that. You have to find your own path. Don't go the traditional way. Just because everybody else is doing it one way doesn't mean that it always has to be done that way. You have all this creativity and everything to say, no, there's a different way to do this. And look at this, we can have fun while we do it. The Nine of Wands is, again, kind of an action, and wands are action. Their creativity, again, you have so much creativity. It's just coming out everywhere. And that is with the humor and laughing at yourself and just finding the humor in life. Everything doesn't have to be serious. It's definitely about finding that funny side to life. Watching a comedy, watching a rom-com. And then we've got creation with the Five of Swords. And swords are all about our thoughts. And again, your thoughts, remember, your thoughts shape your future. Your thoughts are your future. You create your future by your thoughts. So if you're having these negative thoughts and doubts and not sticking up for yourself and not figuring out who you are and what makes you happy, then you're not being true to yourself. Those thoughts and fears and doubts, that's what makes you feel defensive, and it's what makes you keep stuck in that Hierophant kind of traditional image. And you've got to see the creativity that you have, that you are a co-creator. You create your reality. You have this huge ability to manifest. And it's just amazing. And, you know, the empathic abilities are both a detriment and a help, because when you're so empathic, sometimes it can be hard to figure out what your own feelings are and what are everybody else's. Because sometimes we pick up everything that's going on around us, and it could be the other person's feelings and not even your own. In that situation, I really highly recommend a piece of black tourmaline. Yes, I do have some here. Black tourmaline is just a great grounding stone. It helps you to ground your own energies and figure out and release what's not yours, because I think that would definitely help you. But definitely the humor, you know, finding that humor, not letting the fears and doubts and the should have, would have, could have, you know, things slow you down. And, you know, you are a beautiful, beautiful child of the universe. And you've got that childlike, beautiful happiness and wonder. And, you know, it's just such a fun energy. So don't apologize for who you are. Don't ever apologize for who you are and what you see in life. You may see things in a completely different way, but some of the best inventions, some of the best ideas came from people thinking and seeing things in a different way. That's what creativity is. And you are so creative. That's just all over the place here. So just remember that you can manifest anything you want. You know, paint your life the way you want it. You pick the colors. You pick the scenery. You pick that. And don't ever apologize for who you are as a person. Definitely if your actions have hurt someone else, or that you feel like that is definitely necessary, then yes, you should give a sincere, heartfelt apology. Nothing will ever, you know, replace that if you have done wrong or that you feel you have. But you can't get stuck in that energy. You can't get stuck in that worries and those negative thoughts. Bring out the creative side. Focus on what brings you joy and happiness in life. And that's what's going to help you manifest the life that you want. You're not for everyone, but you are there for the people that you are there for. You are the most beautiful, loving thing in the world. And you are what the earth needs right now. I would love to hear if this resonated with you. Or if you have any other topics or ideas for future pick a card reading, then just leave it in the comments below. If you want to be notified when I put a new video out, then subscribe and hit the little bell icon. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, hugs and blessings to you. Okay, my pile number 3. If you resonated with this crop circle, there's your symbol. Let's see here. We've got Star Keeper. We've got karmic relationships. And we've got the Seas of Mintaka. The Star Keeper says, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. And the Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So if you chose this pile, the Star Keeper, is like you're an old soul. You know, you've had many incarnations both here on Earth and other planets. You've just had a lot of incarnations. You've really been around. You've seen a lot, you've done a lot, you have that sort of energy. Just that old wise soul. And you're here to help the Earth's evolution and raise the frequency of the Earth. But you also have a double mission. You know, you have to grow individually, and you want to raise the frequency of the larger collective. You know, you've got that larger collective and you've got that individual, both energies. You know, it's kind of a double whammy. You know, it's you're the more grounded you are, the more helpful you'll be. You know, staying grounded is something that is going to be very much a theme in your life and very important in order for you to bring these higher energies down to earth. Because you have such a high frequency and high vibration, it can be hard to then bring yourself down to earth and to relate with earthly matters. You know, you've got karmic relationships, which is Orion energy, which is interesting because the seas of Mintaka is actually a star in the Orion constellation. So you've got double Orion energy here. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. It's about seeing everything as black and white. You know, you're not seeing the gray. You're not seeing the whole wide spectrum that things can be. Things aren't always just one or the other. You know, seeing the opposites. Like you tend to see everything in black and white. And it can cause, when you see it that way, when you see everything in the black and white, it causes conflict and it causes separation. Instead of seeing the unity and seeing everything together, you're seeing the separateness, the ways that things are different, instead of seeing the similarities. You know, through seeing that unity and keeping your heart and mind open, that's what brings the unity and the loving relationships, your spiritual rebirth. You know, I feel like that's something here. You grow stronger through your relationships, both with others and with yourself. All of your relationships are very, I think that you came into this incarnation with a lot of other souls, and you've already got these karmic relationships that you need to work through. And the season of Mintaka is that you see the potential in everyone, everything. You know, you just see all this potential everywhere. It's very watery energy, very emotional. You bring harmony and peace. You have an uplifting energy to you. You know, you're very in tune with your intuition and your psychic abilities. You have that. Even in this card here, the third eye is kind of the crown, and the third eye is all kind of there if you look at it. So you've got that old soul, the strong intuition, the strong psychic abilities, that strong connection with water. Mintaka was kind of a water-based planet, and they say that it no longer exists. I don't know. You were like the original light workers that came to Earth, and you came to Earth because your planet no longer existed, and it lends to this feeling of homesickness, like you don't belong, you belong somewhere else, and it's kind of a stronger feeling for you than it is for a lot of other star seeds. A lot of star seeds do have that feeling of homesickness, of not wanting to be here, the denser energy and things like that. But you have it a little bit stronger than others because you don't have that planet to go back to. So through your relationships, through your feelings. Relationships cause you to feel things. And through all of that is how you bring down these energies down to earth. And that's how you just uplift. You just bring everything up. You raise that vibration. You raise the frequency of the entire earth. You're very compassionate. You can be an activist as well. When you see something wrong, you want to take care of it. You want to fix it. But you also have that tendency to see it as wrong or right, right or wrong. There's no, well, it might not be just right or just wrong. Like, all I can think of is it's the kind of energy that, like, a criminal is a criminal is a criminal, and no matter what, they're wrong. And yet, someone could be a criminal who was stealing a loaf of bread or stealing food to feed their child. They may not have been able to do it any other way. And while that is still wrong, there are circumstances that can factor into that. But you do have that compassion. You do have that kind, nurturing, compassionate, empathetic way about you. It's just, and you do have that potential. You see that potential in everything. You see the good in everybody. But again, that can be kind of bad, because when you only see the good, you tend to take on relationships that are like fixer-uppers. You go into it thinking you can change that person and help them reach their potential, instead of looking at that person as they are right now. You only see their potential. You only see the good. And sometimes you got to look at all of it so that you don't get caught into that karmic relationship. You have very strong feelings. And when you meet somebody that you go into a relationship with, you tend to just go wholeheartedly. You go all in. And while that can be beautiful, it can also be, you can be hurt easier because of that. You give your whole heart. But trying to keep that heart open, and keeping your mind open too, and not seeing just the black and white, but seeing all the different shades of gray and black and brown and green, and all the different shades of all the different colors. And seeing all of that is something that you need to do. Everything isn't black and white. There are varying shades all the way through. It's all on a spectrum. Focusing on that unity, focusing on bringing people together, focusing on that potential of the earth and raising that vibration is just a wonderful thing. And I'm sorry, but this just struck me that this card almost looks like that crop circle, that corn circle. So it's very interesting that you would have chosen that symbol, and that's the card that you got. It's kind of a validation to that. We're going to draw this. To stay grounded, again, I think it was in the last reading, I just recommended that. Black tourmaline is a great grounding stone. Any crystal that is grounding will really help you to stay grounded and not feel so homesick, not feel so out of sorts, like you don't fit in, not feeling so different, because you do fit in, you do belong here. You have a mission here to complete. And really, your mission is just being that compassionate activist, learning and growing through your relationships, showing others how to learn and grow through relationships as well. And it doesn't have to be conflict. I know you can be kind of flighty when you're not grounded. You can feel kind of spacey or spaced out. So that being grounded is very important. Let's see. We've got sacred space. Let's pick love. And healing. Oh, that's beautiful. Especially, we've got sacred space lined up with the Star Keeper. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find the power in your stillness. In your sacred space is the peace you seek. So staying grounded through practices like meditation, walking in nature, just having that space of your own, whether it's internal or external, having a sacred space that you feel safe and can ground you will really help you. And love under karmic relationships, I mean, they really go together. It says, listen to your heart, embrace what makes you happy. There are 1,000,000 reasons to love. And it's about bringing that unity, that energy to the earth, opening your heart, having that open mind, that open heart, and seeing all the possibilities. That's beautiful. And it definitely goes with those karmic relationships. Whatever your relationships are, I feel like this is just part of your old soul that you have to work through this certain lesson to do with your relationships. It's bringing that Orion energy, but also seeing that potential of Mintaka. You have that beautiful energy. And under the seas of Mintaka, which water to me is very healing, and that's what it always symbolizes to me. And then we got healing. It says, bless all in need of healing, hope and love. Spirit, grant us strength and wisdom, guide us to the path of wellness. And again, you have that healing ability through your past incarnations, through your relationships. You've got a lot of healing yourself to do, but you can also bring that healing down to earth. If you stay grounded, you've got a lot of healing, natural healing abilities, natural, that nurturing, wanting, even like a nurse or a doctor, someone that really wants to heal the earth, heal people. And you can heal through relationships. It might even be like a counselor energy with all your emotions and your empathy and your just beautiful, beautiful energy. Let's see here. We're going to do a tarot card. And these are I guess we're taking that one. These are the celestial tarot cards. I hadn't even really shuffled very much yet. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So we've got the Three of Swords, we've got Death, and we've got the Knight of Cups. Death is not a literal death in the tarot cards. It's an ending. It's something has to end to be. You have to end one chapter to start a new one. And it's an ending, but it's also a transition. It's a transformation. And that's through the karmic relationships and the love, that's how you transform. So that makes beautiful, perfect sense. That rebirth and that resurrection, that's what that is. The Three of Swords is kind of the heartbreak. Maybe you did have a relationship that went bad and pierced your heart, but you have to remember to keep your heart open, to stay open to the love in your life, not to let that bring you down. You've got all this beautiful energy to bring down to earth, and it is through your relationships that you help to bring that down. And the only to love is to risk loss. You know, it's always a risk. Love is always a gamble, but you can't regret it. You can't look back on it. Like, all I can see is if someone's cheating on you and they broke your heart, and you can't blame yourself for that. That was their lesson. That was their karma. That was their thing to learn and love. You do not have to take that energy in. You can let that go and release it and still be vulnerable to someone else. It was not you, it was the other person, and it's not your fault. That's their choice. That was their action. That was their karma. You don't have to take that on. You have your own. And through this love that you already have and seeing the potential, which again, seeing the potential can be good or bad, because again, you could have been seeing that person as, oh, they have so much potential, that you're not seeing that side of them where, yes, they have the potential. Everybody has potential. But will they use their potential? Will they live up to that potential? That's what you got to know. You have to use a little bit of discernment, and that staying grounded and not just idealizing someone in that dreaming space, idealizing them through their potential. You know, through seeing their potential, you shouldn't idealize them. They're still human. They still have karma. They still have lessons. And you can't take that on as your own. You have to keep your heart open, even though you've been hurt. It can be hard to open that back up, but you have to. You have to stay open to that, because then you're going to transform through that, and you're going to learn and grow and be reborn. It'll be a complete and total transformation. And with the healing, you have the Knight of Cups. And again, cups are water. I mean, there's water here and water there. I don't think there's water on there, but there is the moon and the steam or the clouds. It is very beautiful. But the water is definitely a very big, you know, soaking in a bubble bath or soaking in a tub, swimming, the ocean, the lake, the water, all of that is very healing and grounding to you. And it's one way that you can really bring that out. And the knight is always the action. You know, he's always, you know, the knight in shining armor. But you're the knight. You don't need someone else to rescue you. You can do that yourself through love. You know, again, the cups, the emotion. Love is an emotion. It's one of the strongest emotions. So keep your heart open and see the good in everything. See all the grays and everything. You already have that. You have that because you're already an old soul. You've got so much in you, so much knowledge and wisdom and that higher frequency vibration. Looking into Orion and Mintaka, that will definitely help you as well. But try to stay grounded. Don't let yourself get flighty and get too out there. You need to stay down to earth in order to raise Earth's vibrations. You have to be here. Oh, I would love to hear if this resonated with you, or if you have any specific topics or ideas for a future pick a card that you want to see, leave a comment below. If you want to be notified when I make a new video, then subscribe and hit the little bell icon. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, hugs and blessings to you. Okay, my pile number 4, if you chose this crop circle, here's your symbol. And let's see what cards you have. We've got the Void, Double Mission, and you got the Love. The Void says, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. It's about surrendering to the unknown, trusting and cultivating faith and peace. The void is what happens at the end of a phase or chapter of life. It's that in between time when you're contemplating and you're planting those little seeds of what you're going to do, when you're trying to plan what's going to happen next. It's that time from when you finish what you were doing to when you start something new. It's a time to rest, take a break, reset. It's kind of like when you take a break from something, when you're trying to think of something and you just can't think of it, and then you go do something else, you take a shower or whatever, and suddenly it'll just pop into your head. It's that kind of time where you just need to take a break. You just need to take a rest and stop trying so hard, and everything will just work out. It's just literally just take a break, take a breath, take a moment. Just relax. Then you've got double mission, Lightworker, Starseed. Serve the world by being you. You are both the Lightworker and the Starseed. You have both energies. And isn't that just beautiful? The double mission is about you're here to grow as a soul individually, but also to contribute to the collective. It's about using your light and shining your light. Do what lights you up and makes you happy. That's what will light up the whole world. Live by example. Follow your mission. When you have that time to go into the void, it's all that unknown. But you can also look at it as that's just unlimited possibilities. That's beautiful because anything is possible. In the womb, it's waiting to be born. It's just, you just got to take a step back and take a break. I think it's because you feel so focused. You have so much to do here on earth that you're just always in that go, 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 go. You want to accomplish so much. Your time is limited, so you just try to do everything. And you don't take the time to just relax. And then you got the love. This Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. You tend to lose yourself in relationships. You love so hard, you just go full on into it. You kind of blend with the other person and lose yourself. You don't have the healthy boundaries. You have to have healthy boundaries, and you have to respect yourself and love yourself first before you can respect and love someone else. You just dive in so quick that you don't give yourself time. You don't take a break long enough between relationships to really focus on you and what you need and what you want out of this. You just go with the other person and just completely lose yourself. You just don't let the relationship define you. Make your own definitions. You have an endless supply of love and you see the potential in everything. So you don't always see the warning signs of the toxic relationships because you don't take that time to go within. You don't take that time off. You're just constantly go, go, go. Hadarian energy Hadar is in Beta Centauri. It's similar to the Earth, and it's such a strong bond with the Earth because it's so similar to where you came from that this really helps you, and you can really elevate the vibration of the Earth. That's what you're here to do. Your mission is to elevate the vibration of the Earth in a creative and playful way. You're so compassionate and sensitive, That's how you lose yourself, is because you're so sensitive and compassionate. You want to please everyone. Excuse me. You definitely are loyal to a fault, but your loyalty can be misplaced when you don't take the time to go in the void. When you don't take that time to really look within and look at yourself and what you need. First, it's kind of like the cups. If you look at a cup, You need to fill your cup first, and then you give in your relationship from the overflow. But if your cup is empty, then you don't have anything to give. First, you have to fill your own cup. Kind of like the on an airplane, you have to put your air mask on before you can save anyone else, kind of thing. You have to have those boundaries. You can't be codependent and yet serve the world so much by being so codependent. First, you have to get yourself straight and what you need to do, and then find your joy and your bliss. That's what will serve the world, is just you finding that which makes you happy, taking that little bit of time off and just figuring out what you need in life and what you want in relationships. Especially relationships seem to be your downfall. I think it's because you just are so compassionate and you just want everyone to love you. And everybody does that, but you take it to kind of a higher degree. You can't worry so much what others think of you. You really need to be clear in your own boundaries, because once you are clear on your needs and your wants, then you can use that to set healthy boundaries, and respect those boundaries. You got to respect the other person's boundaries too. Nobody wants somebody that's just a carbon copy of themselves, at least not normally. Let's see what we get for some. We're going to do some empowerment cards here. But looking into Hadar, that would definitely be a good thing to look at. You've got such beautiful energy, so much love. But as far as starseeds go, a lot of times they're so homesick and they just feel like they don't belong. You don't have that as much. You feel like you do belong because the earth is so similar to where you came from and where you've been that it's like coming home. But you're able to take, that was such a higher frequency though, you're able to take those higher frequencies and bring them down to earth. Let's see. Oh, all right, we have two here. We've got union and power. Get one more. That one. And awareness. Okay. It really goes with what I was saying. Union. You have seen and unseen allies. Draw upon their strength, join forces with friends, and flourish. You don't have to lose yourself. Join forces with them. Use their strength at times, but have your own strength as well. And power, right here. Have your own power. Call upon the elements. Focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. And again, it's about being empowered yourself, having those healthy boundaries, not losing yourself, taking the time to figure out what you want, focusing your intention, figuring out what your intentions are. Use that time, go within, use that time. And awareness, pay attention to the subtleties, look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. And again, I think that's part of it, is that you don't always see the awareness. You don't always, you're not always aware of the little warning signs that you might get about somebody. You just fall headlong into this, relationship without taking the time to really be aware of the signs, the warning signs that could be there. Not every relationship is bad, but at the same time, you crave that union. You crave it so much that you feel like you need that relationship to complete you. You feel like you need that relationship to be a whole person, to be valuable. But you have to see that you are not just the relationship. You are whole in yourself. You've got this huge double mission. And just being yourself and showing others how to be in a relationship with healthy boundaries and empowering yourself, being yourself, and bringing that power down to earth is how you will bring it out. Showing others how to be aware, how to pay attention to that intuition, listening to that intuition and not worrying so much what others think of you and trying to please everybody all at once. We're going to draw some tarot. This is from the Celestial Tarot cards. We've got the Two of Cups, which is definitely the relationship card. Oh, we don't need that many. I guess we can take the Ace of Swords since they flipped out. All right, so we've got the Two of Cups with union, which literally it's the relationship. It's the two coming together. It's partners. And that's the thing. You have allies. You have friends. You don't need to have that romantic thing too. But also you can lose yourself in friendships as well. And this is not about this. They are separate individuals. See, if you look at this one and you look at that one, these two have their own strengths. This one, they're all blended together. The blending together to that extent that you lose yourself is unhealthy. But coming together as two strong individuals and using your strengths, that's how you complete each other in a relationship in a healthy way. You've got the Ace of Swords, which is new thoughts. I mean, swords are always thoughts, the mental. And you have this power. And the power is your sword that can cut through the BS, is the only way I can put it. Cut through all the unseen things, cut to the heart of the matter. Take your power back and cut through to the heart of the matter. Be that healthy union, not the codependent, sucked in, to the point of losing yourself. When two individuals come together and they both have their strengths, that is the most beautiful union. And union literally says to join forces with friends, draw upon their strength. You can draw upon someone else's strength as long as you also know that you have your own. You have to have your own strength first, your own power, and then you can have that. But if you're not an individual, if you didn't take that time for yourself and you're not your own individual, then you have nothing to bring to the table. You see what I mean? And then we've got the Page of Cups with awareness. And the page is kind of that innocence, that, dreamer kind of. It definitely, that's how you feel comfortable, I think. And I think that's why you need to just stop and figure out your intentions, figure out what you need. Come out and be reborn as a whole individual and then come together in the relationship as a powerful person, all on your own. You have that inside of you. You already have all the love that you will ever need inside of you. You don't need to get it from somebody else. You have that. You just need to take some time off and look at that. Stop working so hard. Stop, it's like you try to force everything and try to just hurry because you're trying so hard because you've got this double mission. You've got to do all of this and you feel like time is ticking. But the thing is when you slow down and you go into the void, time will stop. It will not hurt your mission to take the time you need to grow as an individual so that then you can help the collective as well. You've got that double mission. And that light worker energy of you just bringing your light down to earth and finding your joy, finding your happiness, you know, dreaming a new dream, being aware of how things are, and using your power to create this beautiful union and oneness and unity in the world, raising the vibrations, raising the frequency. This is what your mission is. It's a beautiful mission, beautiful reading. I would love to hear if this resonated with you, or if you have any specific topics or ideas or future pick a card readings, just leave a comment below. If you want to be notified when I make a new video, subscribe and hit the little bell icon. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, hugs and blessings to you.